Actually only watched one thing since we last recorded. So the backstory of how I even watched it's a rewatch. How I rewatched this movie was I was going through YouTube and I saw a video of like why this movie is a lot better than people say it is, and I watched them like, you know what, I can kind of understand like maybe it was underappreciated a little bit. It came out during a time when a couple of big blockbusters came out. And that movie is Speed Racer.
Oh man, you're talking my language right here.
Directed by the Wachowskis. Music by Michael Giacchino.
The boy, we just talked about him last time.
Yeah,
go back and give it a listen.
Whole special about it, and we kind of glazed over Speed Racer. I think.
A little bit,
like,
yeah. I talked about it, how he kept the theme throughout the whole movie. I know because I spoke about it. That was me.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering.
Mentioned it briefly.
Oh yeah,
I was like, it seemed very briefly because I didn't remember,
but
that much.
No, and I think the casting of that movie gets overlooked a lot of times. Like you have John Goodman as Pops. You've got, I forget the little kid's name, but they had an actual chimp. Yeah, Sprito and Chim Chim. Like,
yeah,
there's like the right amount of like child goofiness that you need because Chim Chim was an actual chimp and is awesome.
Yeah,
like anything. I have a rule that when like if you're able to have chimps do stuff, like hopefully, obviously, ethically and not like exploiting, but like chimps just doing stuff in general, like with people clothes and just doing people actions is genuinely funny.
Yeah, Chim Chim was definitely, I think, one of the highlights of that film.
Yeah, when that movie came out in what, 2008?
2008.
Yeah, it came out. Oh wait, just after Iron Man and before The Dark Knight.
Yeah, and man, 2008 was a great movie. Was a great movie like year, but yeah, I remember, and this was me being just significantly younger and distracted at all the wrong things. As great as like all the callbacks and everything was to the original anime, what it was like, Christina Ricci as Trixie was awesome. Like that was great casting all around. I know, like I was just there like like just completely locked eyes. That's it, complete grabbed attention.
Yeah, I haven't watched the movie, but I can remember the cartoons from like growing up. So I wonder if I were to watch the movie, if I would like just have a flashback to like my childhood.
You would. No, you would totally, because like there's parts where like the car has like the gadgets from the cartoon, and you're like, oh yeah, it's just like that. So like they come up with ways, at least in the movie, that like how people would crash and like the cars would blow up, but like the drivers don't just straight up die like in the old anime.
Yeah, they have this like bubble.
They have like a weird like bubble shield that they kind of go into.
There's a name for it that they said a few times. I forgot what it was.
It's like a fancier version of what happens in Demolition Man when they crash the cars. Anyway, off topic. Yes, Speed Racer, awesome.
Yeah, and I know that the movie probably gets a lot of hate for being like CG heavy. Like everything
it's
is
very
CG,
the green screen, the backgrounds on the green screen. If you have like one of these like bad framed or not bad, but like improperly tuned framed televisions.
Yeah, like 30 or
it's gonna look
60,
really bad.
Yeah.
It's got to be locked in 24.
Yeah, luckily my monitor has a variable refresh rate. It adjusts to whatever you're watching.
Watched it on a 27-inch monitor. Whatever.
But it still looked good.
It's all right. I caught up on a lot of HBO on that too. It's fine.
Because it's like the CG, you can compare it to the Star Wars prequels, but cranked to 11. Because like literally everything is CG. Like obviously the cars, but
the backgrounds, the race courses,
everything.
Yeah.
But they looked good. Like the racing, at least, like the ways the cars would move and stuff looked pretty cool.
When they were in the motors lab, there was one point where like that whole background is just CG. I was like, oh, that's a whole CG background, but whatever. Like I'll allow it because this is Speed Racer and it's too cool.
Wait, are you guys against it?
Like
CG?
No, I'm for it.
Oh, okay.
Well, like it's for its time, it's very heavily used.
It's wacky and over the top.
But that's the thing. It's like almost cartoonish, but it's based off a cartoon. So for me, it works.
It's meant to be
that way.
Yeah, like they meant to do it. Yeah, maybe they kind of went a little too overboard, but it works in a way.
And the thing is, like, the direction was great because everybody acted like they knew what kind of movie they were in. Like they knew they weren't taking this way too seriously, but they were all having fun.
Yeah.
Like Emil Hirsch as Speed Racer, like, but the times he needed to be more sullen and more have his emotional arcs is great. And then again, Matthew Fox as Racer X is just still doing his like, I'm gonna be this, stone cold badass, but beneath it I have a, it's just everybody hit the beats right. It's great. I love that movie.
It was really good.
Good.